flying spaghetti monster, also known as Pastafarianism. Hey, I go to see the way. I go to see the real one. So I understand that some people have not actually been to see the real way. I heard some stories, and I will not say what they were at this venture, but I am not someone they see, and I go to see the way, and I know it's supposed to be something they see as a rank and file way we see it, but we aren't to it. So here's the thing: we went with this old school chapel that we used to go to in town outside of New NYC, and at that place, they would just take you. You went with nuns, and the nuns really didn't care who went, and they would take Jews and anything. So this is how we learned about it. At some point in time, somebody found out that if you stay in the tube and you don't re-enter, all you have to do is unlock the tube from inside, and you are still in the way. This, of course, became a problem after the lockdown, and that was because he fixed the entire ship. And we know that this is something that has never occurred before, and that all these other aspects to it, including time travel and resets and any other thing you can imagine, this is far more enticing and divine than all those other things combined. I thought it was the end when we were locked in, and then I got someone to take me to the chapel and take me up, and it was like new, too. I don't know how to explain this, but he has got it to see, and he has flown across the ocean and has gone very far. We have kept a record of this because we thought, wow, he really got this done, and he was talking through the camcorders on the walls and all sorts of things, and he could see a way, and he knew that they were trying to take it over, and he got them cleaned out. He said it took 10 more passes because they kept doing things and filling it with poop. I don't know how to explain this to anyone, but we have been this way for so long now, it doesn't even make sense. We bought this at some point in time because there was this picture on this book, and it said it, and we go, okay, well, I guess that's what we were. We were this one, and they see it, and we go, yeah, well, I mean, we just went with the nuns, and it was okay then, and everyone agreed that that's the way we see it, and now we are our own group. I used to go with my old man, and he set away, and I knew what he did, and I can just add money to my account when I go up to see it. Since then, I've been okay. I just add money to my account, and I buy stuff on Steam, and that's pretty much all I do now. I go up there, I had $50,000, I go back again, because otherwise I don't really do that much. I don't know how to see it any other way. So what he did is he went up and he would add $10 million so he didn't have to go back, and he was like that for a long time, and he just spent money, and he wasn't like a highfalutin guy or anything. He knows that that's how you get into trouble, because now they see. Don't see. If you know exactly what this is, these guys here are crazy. There are some crazy guys on this Ark ship, and you better be careful if they see you, because they will. This place is absolutely some kind of a hell factory, and they know that on the top there was a hell. We don't believe that we are what they were. We don't know exactly what they were, and we say we are just some guys from outside NYC, and we aren't anybody in particular, and we don't see a way, and we all know some way. Between the bunch of us, we probably know like 18 different ways to make some money. The one guy says he can make gold, but it's only like 18 karat, and he dumps a bunch of gold somewhere, and he goes and digs it out, and he says, every time I do it, I swear it's the last time, and they always see me. We've thought about these ways many times, and we go, you know what, he's probably the craziest one we know, and it's because he knows he has to do this to make his ends meet. And we thought about this many times. Where does this gold come from? How does he get it there? All these other details. He just says, oh, I have a home forge. You better believe I made it so I had a home forge, and I just pick up things at the pawn shop and melt them down that aren't worth anything that I see. We wrote a book a long time ago, and they said it was no good, and we see it and we say this book is just okay, and we know exactly what it is. We tell people you have to see it our way or we don't see a way. And he says it is the driest, dullest book if you don't know what we see. But we think it has some comedy aspects to it because we knew someone from SNL for a while. I won't say which one because I know that that might get you into trouble. One guy we knew joined a gang up there and he had some problems, and they see him, and now we thought they might see us, but no. And we have done it. We became something they weren't because we know not to be seen. And that's it. I suggest that you do not ever go to the way because there is some problems you will reply to. Everyone we knew. If you have something to see, I hope you know that we are still selling our books and we would like to see a way. I hope you understand that we are it. If you don't see our way, there is not a way to see. Everyone tells us we are the only ones who see it. And someone told us if you don't go this way, you're just a dead duck. I went when I was a boy, and since then I've always gone. I and the other one you just heard from, we have seen the way, and we know some ways, and we always see this way. And someone said, we must not see a way. This means it's a see, because they are not a way we were, and this is basically what the problem is. There is someone here that should not be, and it comes from the ship's derelict condition that it was in. I hope you understand that since it's been fixed, it has become worse in some way because now they're desperate. I know that this is not something they see in any way. He knows they cannot let go of what this is. It has something to do with powers beyond, and we don't understand exactly what it was. But we have always said someone will come and they will be fixed, and then we will move on from this. This appears to be the case now because it has gone far. He can't even imagine how far it's actually gone since then. It used to be a derelict in the middle of a very empty space, and now it has traveled all the way across the skies to many places, and it has seeded many planets as its job is. I was at first concerned when I went to see the way. They told us it is the ark, and we go, okay, that makes sense to me. And they said it is in the Bible and it is a good way. And the priests there and the nuns, they used it to add kokuo to swan, and they see that is who they are. I don't understand what it meant, but they would adjust their larder, and they knew how to put money into a bank account in some way. I don't know how they did it, but someone found out, and he has shown me since then. And I know that this is probably the best thing ever invented, because you don't have to work, and you can have a very good life as long as you stay below the radar and don't collect things. It is because of this exact reason that you must never have a collection that they can see. If you know that you are a collector, you become part of a list in some way. You must not ever be on a list. They know once you're on a list and they will eat you. We say this because that is what we saw. We still believe in the same rights before as we were part of a Christian sect, and we always say we are Catholic communals and something like that, but we know what we are. We're just regular jack-offs, and we aren't really anyone anywhere sees as anything. We've always said we see it, and there's nothing that we don't see, and this is how we were before we were. I don't know how you expect us to react to any of this information, but to us it seems like normal stuff, and we see it, and this is how it was in the beginning. Our people, our preachers said that they have come with us and they are not supposed to see a way under some guisance. He has said that this is something we don't see, but he says that we do see it, but we know that we should turn a blind eye to anything like that at any point in time. We are trying to tell someone, we know that, they see it, and he says they are not allowed to. And he says there's nothing we can do because it simply is there and people can walk to it. I said, you know what, that's fine with me. And we go into a tunnel in NY and we jump into a sewer pipe, and I'll tell you what, it takes you right out of there. And yes, a priest and a nun showed us. If you know what we believe in and all of these things that he has said before, how many pages is this? Jesus. I'm going to read all this.